So, Gail, tell us your story and what's been going on.
Okay, well, I live across the street from Wilcox Park, and I most often cross the street by myself with my white cane and go into the park and talk of Jesus. Whoever would want to talk, and I often pass Pocket Testament League, Gospel of John's, if they would take it. If they don't take it, no arguing, I go on. And so last summer, I had the police called and they ticketed me for trespassing. And now if I go into the park, I will have to be arrested.
Mark, Ray, you would think that Gail is standing up on the tables in the library and shouting and screaming at people based on what's going on here. I'd love you guys to jump in here on this, and then Jeremy, would love to hear from you in terms of your perspective on this as her attorney.
Let me go first before Mark steals my thunder. He often looks at my notes or steals what I'm going to say. But when I read this, I was just horrified. I couldn't believe it. I mean, in a sense, I'm kind of getting used to reading stories about some guy throwing puppies out of his car window on a freeway, and you think, no, but it did happen because we're living in crazy times. But this is a blind woman sharing the gospel. This is not, as you said, some guy with a bullhorn and hateful standing up and yelling at people. When I was younger, when I was a kid, men showed incredible respect for women. They would tip their hats when one walked into the room. If someone walked into the room, they would stand up out of respect, because women are the gentler sex. That was not an insult in those days. But when a woman is blind, empathy gets added onto that, extra respect and a gentleness. So when I read this, I thought, this just can't be. The blind woman has been forbidden going into a park. So I'm horrified by it.
But now, wait a minute. I read the article, right? And it says, Gail, that you accosted people. All right. So this is what I have in mind. I have you forcing people to take the literature. I see perhaps you holding really big offensive signs, blocking sidewalks and not allowing people to go through. I mean, let's be honest. Isn't that what you did?
I just approach people by walking or sitting on a bench, waiting to hear the footsteps. And I say, excuse me, would you like a Gospel of John? So they actually know what they would be getting. And if they say no, then there's plenty of other people to talk to. And I know that the Lord is directing my steps to who is going to receive. So I'm not, trying to choke a person or I can't run after them. They could just step off the sidewalk and move on, and they do. So I am kind because that's the way Jesus approaches people. He doesn't force anybody to believe in him. That's what I do.
But you guys are exactly right. That's exactly what the department said, or the Wilcox Park folks said, is that she's accosting people in the park there, as if this 63-year-old blind lady could actually stop people with a hook around their neck or something like that. For goodness sakes, she's got a cane to make sure she knows where she's going, not to trip other people along the way. She just likes to have conversations about Jesus and to tell them about the good news, as you've heard her so well articulate right here. And for them to call the police and say that not only can she not come to that park for 2 years, but that if she steps foot back in that park or library, she's going to go to jail. Think about this. This is one of the only independent activities that she can actually do right now. And she used to be able to take her grandkids to the park or to the library for story time and things like that. But now if she tries to do that, grandma's going to go to jail, and that doesn't set very well with any.